In this episode, we head to Great Bend, Kansas to check out Nobody's Show. Beautiful, beautiful classic car yard. Check it out. Welcome to the channel. My name is Grant Tommy. This is Straight Six Fan. We like to focus on budget-minded, relatable, creative builds, and today we are in Great Bend, Kansas to help sort out or seek out some of the best examples of what I like to call offbeat hot rodding, which is budget-minded, relatable, creative builds. So to do that, to help me, Chad Ehrlich, the owner of Nobody's Auto Recycling, is here to show me around the yard to help. Let's go find a couple examples of some of the cleanest, most complete, best examples of offbeat hot rodding.
Sounds like a plan. We've got about 12 or 1,400 cars here that we can look at, so we've got a pretty wide selection to choose from. We do primarily all old stuff, 80s on back, so about everything here is going to be old that we're going to see, and cool and different. So that's what we're here for, and that's what we specialize in. So thanks for coming out, Grant. Glad to have you here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, have the opportunity. And some of you guys, if you're longtime followers, might remember Chad from, I'll leave a little info card up here if you don't know about it, but when we went to the Sunflower Swap meet down in Wichita, Kansas, we got to meet up and kind of dig deep into how you even got started. Yep. Just how this whole crazy story took off.
Or got out of control, one or the other. Depends on how you want to look at it. You can look at it either way. So.
But Chad, I mean, it's been how many years now that you've been doing this?
I've been doing this my whole life. It's all I've ever known. My dad was in it. I kind of took it to a new level with this place out here. At this point, like I said, we've got around 12 or 1,400 vehicles, 20 acres, and 6 shops full of cars and parts.
So again, there's no way we could even come close to encapsulating everything Chad's got out here. I'm sure some of you will see something in the background and say, hey, that's all, I need to know more about that because I've got a 63 Impala, whatever the case might be. But I'm not going to be able to help you very much with that. So Chad, the best way for somebody, if there's some viewer out there,
they've got to call me. You have to call me. And this is what people don't understand. You've got to call me. Don't text me. Don't email me. The only thing text and email is good for is pictures. And you know why? Because honestly, 99% of the time people that call me, they don't know what they need. 99% of the time somebody calls me and then I have to start asking them questions. I need a bed for my Chevy pickup. Which one? Fleet step, long, short. I mean, and that's what a lot of people don't understand.
You need the dialogue.
Yeah, and somebody that's building a rat rod that's looking for a faded red fender, I don't know that unless you tell me that. I need a fender for my Chevy truck, doesn't tell me much.
Yeah.
A guy doing a restoration wants the cleanest fender he can find. The rat rod guy or patina builder wants a faded red or a faded blue or a faded green. Until we have that conversation, I don't know if I can help you. And that's the feedback I need from you to know if I can help somebody with parts. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these trucks and a lot of these vehicles, there's different variations from different years. There's different options. Internationals from 41 to 49, there's 2 completely different trucks. And the speedometer cluster and the glove box door are the only pieces that interchange. Other than that, the cabs are different, the front ends are different. So people come and say, I need parts for 48 International. My first question is, which one? And half the time they don't know because they bought a cab from somebody and they don't even know what they've got. So having that conversation is critical. So you've got to call me, guys. 620-786-4428 is the best way to get a hold of me. But that's the only way to really know if I've got something that's going to help with your project.
And of course, if you didn't catch that number, I will leave that down in the description below, as well as a link to Chad's Facebook page. Chad is also on YouTube, so if you aren't ready to call him at this moment, please go over and subscribe to him on his YouTube channel. That link will be in the description below. With Nobody's Show.
Nobody's Show on YouTube. And then Nobody Else's Auto and Nobody's Show on Facebook. But the YouTube stuff is all Nobody's Show.
And then it also comes all together in a website, I believe, too, which is...
Yeah, we've got Nobody's... I think it's nobodyshow.com or Nobody's... I think it's nobodyshow.com is what we've got on that. And we're still building that. So we've been primarily focusing on the Facebook and the YouTube stuff and slowly starting to move stuff to the website. So...
Again, thanks, Chad, for this opportunity. But let's go hit the yard and let's go see what you have in terms of offbeat hot rodding.
Sounds great. Well, we're going through a bunch of other cars I've got that I just came in on a big purchase I made. We've got a little 73 Maverick here. The rear end's gone out of the car, but otherwise, like I said, I'm still learning this inventory, so I haven't studied it real close. doesn't appear to be a bad little car. Most of the trim's there, the bumper's there, the grill's there, the interior's still in the car. Definitely still has hope for it. I mean, it would definitely be something different. These cars are getting hard to find. They've been neglected and forgotten for so many years. Nobody cared about this stuff, especially the 70s era stuff. And then you get into the 80s, and everybody's like, that's junk, I don't want any of that. Well, hey, that meant everybody threw it away, and now it's kind of tough to find. So finding a little two-door Maverick like this that is still intact is something. Like I said, other than the fact that somebody did snag the rear end out of it, the little car doesn't look terrible. Just about the same. It's still got the trim on it. It's got the emblems on it. The front even still has a hubcap on it. So definitely something with some potential.
A little bit of rust in the rear.
Little rust in the rear quarters.
Fairly minimal.
We come on over around this side. We can open the door up, and it's all still there. You know, it would need some work and need some attention, but at least it's intact and something to work with. Just finding stuff intact anymore, you know, a 73, when you think about it, you know, that car is now 46 years old, and they're not around anymore because they all got thrown away. But even around the back of this car, taillights are there, gas caps there, bumpers there, trunk moldings are there.
So what we got here, a Murphmobile?
What we've got here is an all-original Pacer. It's original faded paint. I've kind of got it buried. The car was too good to leave outside, as crazy as that sounds about a Pacer. But it's original paint. It's kind of a silvery blue, which is faded and weathered. But the car's solid. It's not beat up. All the glass, trim, lights. I mean, the car's totally complete. It's got its original 6-cylinder in it. It kind of got turned into a shelf because it was inside the building. I needed a place to stack some stuff. But there again, talk about something you can't find today. A good, clean, unmolested Pacer. This is something that's definitely different, but super cool. 1955 Desoto station wagon. This car, other than the grill, somebody got the grill, I'm sure, for a custom at some point, and they are still out there. The guys that have the grills will sell you a grill if you're putting it in a Desoto. So they're tough to find, but they are out there. But other than that, this car's pretty much all there. They made, I think, 17 or 1,800 of these, so they're not something that pops up very often at all. This car, with the exception of a few pieces of trim, the grill's all there. It's got the seats in it. It's got the cool pop-out door handles. These cars, I mean, wagons are hot anyway. Find a Desoto wagon. That's something you definitely aren't going to see. You're probably not going to park next to another one anytime soon. When we come around the back of this car, and it looks awesome. Got the original tailgate, chromed hinges, big winged badge.
Yeah, torn up a little bit on the corner, but
yeah.
This old sheet metal, it's so expansive and massive, you don't have to be a master.
Yeah, you can work with that. You've got metal to work with, and you can patch it, and you've got metal to weld to. So this is a cool car, and somebody's going to really do something awesome with this thing. So next up, we're going to talk about a little 64 Dodge short bed. This is a cool looking little pickup. Fleet side type bed, 6-foot box, half-ton. These trucks you don't see very often. These were also kind of neglected over the years. It wasn't a Chevy, it wasn't a Ford, so they kind of got ignored. So now, today, they're tough to find. This truck's pretty much intact. Still got its leaning tower, a power slant 6 in it, and which, you know, you could probably get this truck going with that, or you could swap it. But regardless, I'm gonna make a cool little project that's different, because it's not your typical Chevy or Ford pickup. They got a good looking nose that's real distinct on them, that is totally different than anything else. Up next, we got something definitely different and something you don't see hardly at all. 1976 Buick Riviera. The 74 to 76 Riviera style was not extremely popular, especially after the boat tails came out. So there were not a lot of them to begin with. The other thing that led to this car's demise is they were very popular demolition derby cars. They were like one notch below the clamshell wagons of this era. So any of these cars that were left around got derbied. This car is pretty much intact. It's missing a few pieces. Inside, it's all there. The old plush 70s interior. Car's got a little rust in it, but not terrible. Still has the original Buick 455 under the hood. This is definitely a car you don't see every day and are not going to see because there's not a lot of them left. They just flat didn't survive due to the demo derby guys. So this is something different. They got great lines, they got a unique look, and it's something you're definitely not going to park next to 10 more of anywhere you go.
Well, Chad, thanks for showing me around the yard. Again, there was no way we could even come close to explaining the tip of the iceberg on 1,300 cars, but I appreciate you showing me around some of the best examples of what I like to call offbeat hot rods.
Well, we're glad you're here. I mean, it's fun. Always enjoy, when you guys come out, spend a little time. We get some videos, some cool footage, and show some of these guys what's out here, what's still left out there. Because there is still some different cool stuff out there to build. So that's.
Just don't be afraid, just jump in, you know? Hot rodding's this hobby we all love, car guys come from the same thread, so...
We're not smart enough to do anything any different, so
exactly.
I guess we're all kind of stuck.
Exactly. Well, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't really care which one you do, as long as you do one that helps out this channel immensely. Don't forget to check out Chad's channel. That'll do it for this episode, and until next time, peace out.
Thanks, everybody.